Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Chris and I are back as we discuss Critters Attack, directed by Bobby Miller. A reluctant babysitter must protect three kids from an invasion of ravenous critters. Yeah, okay.
It
Okay,
happened.
thanks for tuning in, folks. Right, that says more than the actual
It
word.
was this is a hard one to quantify. Like, you could tell they wanted it to be fun, and I think there were certain aspects that hit on that mark. But I think you nailed it in your notes that you sent to me. At the end of the hour and a half, you're like, that's it. I want my hour and a half back.
Yeah,
That's kind of this. That's
it started off. Good, I'll not lie. It started off. We get the premise, and we've got a new breed of krites because they don't lay eggs anymore. They stomach burst instead of chest bursting. They stomach burst.
yeah.
For
I mean,
reasons.
it opens up a lot of questions for having seen the previous movies that I was really interested in finding out the answers to. Why are they different? First of all, what happened? Because the last two eggs were supposedly taken into the future along with Charlie, right?
Mhm. So there shouldn't have
So
been any krites left.
exactly. So I was, all right, that's going to be a fun mystery for them to tell us about. Nope, they don't answer it.
Let's not bother that. No, that's just
Then I was wondering, like, why are the krites different? Because they, not to jump ahead too far, but they have certain vulnerabilities that they didn't have before. They like you said, they come out of your chest. They gestate out of a human chest. All right, cool. Let's learn about that. Nope. So it's just a lot of like interesting potential plot points that were
it's not
just
like this thing
omitted.
is so fast paced that there's not enough room for plot. Because oh my god, this thing drags. Oh
Yes,
my
yes,
god, this was like you get to the 30-minute point and you're like, is anything actually going to happen yet?
yeah, exactly,
This became a
exactly.
struggle. This became a job. Like we're working today. Like folks, we're actually. You might think this is all fun and games, but today we're on the job because my god, this had to you had to actually concentrate to watch and stay awake and um not really hate the main character because she was a bit shit. Like she
Yeah,
wasn't
this
even
is
dislikable. She was just crap. Like she wasn't even good enough to be dislikable. She was just uh
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this I like to think of this as a community service. For those out there who liked the nostalgia of the 80s, Critters movies, and they're like, all right, I kind of want to see what happened in the future of that storyline. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. It doesn't have the character of Charlie, which I get it from a plot standpoint. He's floating in a capsule in space.
what they're worried about continuity.
Yeah, right.
Really?
But there's no Ugg. There's no the original character, the boy who's grown up now. I'm
Stevie?
blank. Yeah. So
Oh,
I mean, like, there's no. It's a complete reboot, basically. I don't even think they referenced the original attack, right? No, it's a
would
complete
they even
reboot.
get space porcupines mentioned or anything? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the only people that were going to see this movie were people that were fans of the setting and they wanted a little nostalgia. So for the director to just say, like, no, we're not going to give it to you, it's like, well,
This
that's
is
what's the
such
point?
a 2020s or what was it, 2019 it came out? This is such
Yes,
a 20s, movie of fuck the fan base.
yeah,
We hate your guts, and we're just gonna put this big steaming turd on a platter, and you'll like it and tough shit.
yeah, basically, yeah. So, having said that, there were a couple of fun elements to it. They weren't trying to take themselves too seriously. That would have been a mistake if they're like, we're going to take a dark approach to Critters, and it's going to be like a proper, like,
Yeah, no.
horror movie. That probably would have been worse, especially on
But
with the
they could have went the
yeah
other way as well and made it ridiculous. Like
yeah
most long running horror franchises gets that, that episode of right, yeah, nobody's getting scared anymore, blah blah blah. The things have become such a culture, pop culture phenomenon. There's no point. Let's go the comedy route. We could have done that.
right yeah
I don't know what they were trying to do with this.
Yeah.
Who is this for?
That's exactly the question. Who is this for? Because it's not going to bring any nostalgia to any of the old school fans. You're not going to bring in new fans.
Is that exactly like, who's gonna go? Oh, I want to go see the first three of these. This is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a shame because now it could be I hate to be cynical, but isn't there some kind of rule that you have to come out with a movie or some sort of to keep the license going?
Yes,
Like,
if it depends on the contract and stuff, but yeah, it's like it could be every 2 years. But hold on, Matt. There's been quite a few years.
right.
So, oh yeah, right. So it might have been like at the lapse that yeah they didn't want to lose the license, so they did this.
Yeah, exactly. And they figured like they'll kick the can down the road. They'll do a proper movie down the road, but like time was running short. Let's just throw something out there. We're not going to put a lot of money into it. We're not looking
But
to
this
make
isn't even
money.
about money. This is community theater by people who hate theater.
Yeah. That's a good subject title for this video. I like that. Community theater for people who hate community theater.
It's like none of these people are invested. Like they're wooden
Yeah.
planks, like the whole lot, and there's no like even if you're a Z list actor, not top list, but you're trying to make your name. Like I would think like any of us that goes into a job would kind of want to give a good impression because if there's a chance of promotion or moving up, or if you're a contractor, you want to do a good job so you can get more jobs.
Yeah.
If you're an actor, you want to do a good job, even if it's a bad movie. I think Chris Lee said that even if it's a terrible movie, be good in it. Because at least you're a redeeming feature and it helps your career moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. Scott Grimes, that was the name I couldn't think of before, was in the original one. And he's gone on to do a lot of movies. He was in the TV show Orville, which I happen to like a lot. But he's been in a lot of different things. And heck, Leonardo DiCaprio was in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, people going into this should look at it as this is an opportunity. Every actor has to start somewhere. You don't. Very few times where you get like a Natalie Portman situation where you get at 13 years old put into like a big role, and
Mm-hmm.
so you got to start somewhere, and they should have looked at it that way.
It's strange because also I see in these productions, and I see everybody there, most of them anyway, that they're getting involved with the promotion, they're helping out, with various things. It's almost like a family, attitude of right, we'll all want to get this thing made.
Yeah.
And move, and if things move on, whatever, but you don't want to. Now, it doesn't always work, but you can kind of get the sense that people are trying. Nobody cares in this movie. Like, nobody.
Yeah. You don't, doesn't have the feel of an independent movie. You don't get the feel that everyone's pulling at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Or turning up nobody's invested in this. They're just going through the motions, and I just wonder what the hell happened.
Yeah. I can't argue that. That's kind of the take I had too watching it. Yeah, there were a couple of small highlights here or there. Hopefully, we'll try to find some nuggets for you guys watching this.
What was her brother called? Drea's brother. What was Philip?
Oh, Philip. Yeah.
He was a wasted character in this.
Yeah.
He could have been the next Charlie. The weird kid that saw aliens and stuff was really into it. He could have been like a real character, but nah. They made it the Drea show, and I don't know. What's the appeal? There's nothing appealing about her whatsoever.
And with Philip, I thought the potential to be interesting that he's like an alien aficionado, like maybe he'll be like the expert when it comes to this stuff, because the movie kind of needed someone like that, because if they're not going to reference the original attack, then that means none of the characters know about the krites, know about the the porcupine things, the needles that shoot out, which means as an audience, if you're a fan of the previous movies, you already know all this stuff. So watching this new cast learn everything from scratch is, monotonous. So what a lot of times in these sequels, they'll have one character who's like the expert on everything. For example, in the Ghostbusters remakes, they have the daughter of Egon kind of like catch all the characters up to speed, so that as an audience, since you already know it, you don't have to relive learning it with the new cast
Yeah, just
entirely.
it's done, and there's a connection there. Even Critters 3
Yeah.
did a better job.
Yes. Exactly. And you had the tie-in with Charlie too to have
And
some.
actually, as we discussed, it bloody worked. They actually did it really well, and
Yeah.
it made sense when he turned up, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. I think if I don't know if you want to do like a retrospective at the end of like all of the critters, but I think I'm going to end up saying 3 was probably the best for that reason. But the character of Philip, anything that was potentially interesting is him as like that type of character to give exposition, or just to be interesting, as he was an outcast, was kind of wiped away once the girl comes into play, the girl that's being babysat for. Trissy, or what was her name?
Oh, she was Trissy. She was a waste
Trissy.
of a character.
Waste of
And
a
also,
character.
why was like once again, there's zero chemistry. What was this strange love interest thing they were trying to do between them? Because there's nothing. Like there's nothing there.
Absolutely nothing. And Trissy was a waste of a character, and it ruined Philip's character.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the movie, he just like agreed with everything she said. He didn't bring anything to the table. He had, just waste. A wooden plank, as you call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
And
a shame.
What do you call it? I don't even care about his name. The one that doesn't speak but only texts.
Oh, Jack. I think what did I say?
Once again.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
I don't care. He has a name. I don't care. Because
yeah,
there were plot lines, things that drag along to go from place to place, but it was just like, wow.
Yeah, as a parent, his that little boy's character really annoyed me, because to never speak because you're on your phone all the time.
Shay. How are you, mate?
Hey, what's up, Shay? Hey, Shay,
Christmas.
have you? Yeah, Merry Christmas, pal. Have you seen this one, Shay? Critters Attacks, the 2019.
Don't waste your time. Go watch the Paint Dry instead. Be more interesting. No, I know they're trying to do. He's like supposed to be severely autistic or something, or really shy, or just got connection issues. But why?
Jake was his name. Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care.
Oh, Shay.
I don't care. He has. Yeah, it's bad. It's
Shay, if I invented a time machine, I would use it to go back in time and keep you from watching it. I would. That would be my first thing. Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares it's made this. Nobody cares it's in it, and nobody cares it watches it. It's just one of them. What am I doing?
Yeah.
And then the stupidest character in this has to be Aunt Dee.
It was interesting. Are you doing? Oh no, I've infected Colin.
That's not the word. That's not the word I would use.
She looks familiar to us, and anyone who's been a fan of the previous movies, and fan is a strong word, but anyone who's seen the previous movies had to have noticed that she did appear in the previous movies, but yet somehow she's different. And Colin, good buddy, it got me thinking.
Were you able to think about this?
I did. It hurt my brain a little bit.
That's what I say. Is this right? You better get this out there before it stays in there and does any damage.
Exactly.
Let's do it. It's a theory. It's a Chris. It's a theory.
Chris's crazy theory.
Make it make sense. Make this movie make sense.
Oh my gosh!
Look, even my tinfoil hat is rebelling against this.
Yeah,
right.
My hat is trying to escape.
It's like they're going, no, we don't want to think about this movie. No.
But yes, you brought up a good point about Aunt Dee.
Like, this is how lazy it is. Let me just go by my first name and not, or should not say that if that's going to mess this up. Because unlike the studio that made this movie, I do care.
But yeah, like there was something more to her than this stupid movie would tell us. And I had to go deeper and dive deep to try to figure out what's different about her. Well, I couldn't do that. I'm not a miracle worker. I'm not a miracle worker. I'm just a chubby guy that occasionally appears on YouTube. But the character of Aunt Dee. So if we take a look at her, we're introduced to her early on, and she's in this room, and she says, Christ. So right away we know she is apparently the only one in this movie that's aware of critters and the previous events somehow. So we learn a little bit more. First of all, this bookshelf was amazing.
I do want that. I have to say, this is the only cool bit about this movie is I want secret lab dungeon. I want it as a YouTube studio. That's what I want. I don't want to just open a bookcase and like a flashing light and then getting ready. Instead of a flashlight, it's a going live thing. I want an elevator that goes down, or a pole or so. I know it's silly stuff, and then just on a chair and go on YouTube and go movies.
All joking aside, I've always wanted this.
Like and subscribe and buy our books so I can afford pointless, random stuff like this, because that's what life's about. Nothing serious.
Life is about hidden bookshelves. I couldn't agree more. And the thing with this is, like, I would have this in my house, but the thing, like, it wouldn't really be much of a secret because people would immediately recognize that I don't look the type of person that's smart enough to read a lot. So if I have a book, it's got to be a secret bookshelf. They would know right away. And that would be the first place they would look for me when I skipped work. But moving on. So, they showed us her house, which appears to be mundane house to the casual observer. But I noticed in every image of the house, there was something that was a little bit off. It gave me some clues about Aunt Dee's actual origin, her actual, reality, which goes further than what the movie showed us. So take a look at this table. Looks rather, commonplace, right? Except notice this hourglass here with the sand running down. Now, she hadn't been in the house for a while. So this hourglass, that means someone is going to it constantly and flipping it over. Like, that's just a little bit odd, right?
Well, if you can afford a secret lair with buttons, then you can afford to pay someone to come in every hour and that be their job and flip it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might be the gardener's job. They've added it onto the duties. You know what I mean? Right? Every hour, come in, flip.
Imagine applying for that job. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right.
I don't know. I've done worse. So
I'm with you. By itself, it means nothing. But we go to the next slide. So we got the cats here, and I'm looking around. I'm trying to figure out some clues as to Aunt Dee's, origin. And I look over here. It's very strange. We have these horses that are standing up, and then in the background, we got this rabbit that is standing up. And throughout the house, there's all these images of these animals that are on 2 feet that are more than what they appear to be, right? Because for an animal to stand on 2 feet and look like a human in some way, that means that they're in disguise, right? That they're not actually a rabbit.
A thrift store then?
Well, look.
No, I was obviously completely off. I just thought, okay, thrift store, boom, 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 just spend $10 on everything.
Well, that just proves that you're sane, and I have proven
a lot of people might disagree with that. Excuse me, people that have met me. I don't know about that one. That might be a stretch too far.
But as I've shown in the last 3 years, there's something clinically wrong with me, and there's supposed to be a name for it coming out next month. Fingers crossed. So then we look into the kitchen, right? And again, seems like very common. We got the tea boiling and stuff like that. But then you look back at this thing that looks like it's somehow used to capture like a small animal or something like that with the netting and stuff like that. So,
so that's not a mosquito net for sandwiches?
a mosquito
Sidewalk?
net inside a closed kitchen? No, that's what they want you to think. Don't buy into it, my friend. So look, yes, and then the bookcase opens and she goes into the secret lair.
I love the way she has enough room for an actual corridor before the door as well. Like that's just showing off.
That's a waste of space, right? That's what bothered you.
It's even, you know what I mean? Not only does the bookcase open inwards to show off that she's got an entire corridor before the door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it was me, like I'd open upwards, as directly for the door and then close behind me. But no.
Yeah.
She has to like fully swank out and go, look at me, peasants.
That's true. A lot of wasted space, and the feng shui isn't working best. You could throw up a painting or some a chair or something like that. I hear you. But inside the secret room, notice this symbol here. And did that remind you of anything? This circular shaped symbol.
I thought it was Unicron. I thought she might have been talking to Unicron, but
Unicron. For you Transformer fans out there, that's a deep cut. I love it. That's a good. That movie was great. The animated movie.
oh yeah.
But
there are no others after that.
that was the best.
Sadly, it would have been nice if they made another one, but they didn't.
Yeah. So we have another example of that symbol here. It's a little bit faded because she's obviously used this gun before. Because why would it in an enclosed room like that's isolated from the rest of the house? Why would it get so faded? So obviously she's taken this out before, and we know from later on in the movie that there's a giant gun inside. So and you have the nephew here who says, "Do you need any help? That looks heavy," and she's carrying it with one hand. So what we're getting here is we're getting a lot of clues as to the nature of Aunt Dee. Super strong, secret lair, this symbol, and it started to, get me thinking, where have I seen that symbol before?
So the movie won't tell you, by the way.
Oh no, the movie won't tell you.
No, the movie. Don't worry. Don't expect to find out for the movie because it's just going to gloss over all this and not tell you a thing.
Yeah. In fact, at one point in the movie, there was just a giant black screen that says, "If you want plot, go to the HORRORific podcast." And
we'll make something up in the fly in the back of a cigarette packet, and it might be better because holy crap.
Exactly. But that circular symbol was seen in the original Critters. This is Ugg and the other guy, the bounty hunters, on their belts. Lee, thank you, Ugg and Lee. So that was the symbol that was on their belts. And also the symbol that Scott Grimes' character, I forget his name in the movie, but he... I
think it was Stevie. I could be wrong. I'm going to call him Stevie for this podcast.
But he looks at it and he clicks on it. Same thing. It has that same circular design. So this is not much of a reveal because she has admitted to us in the movie that she's a bounty hunter. So obviously she got the technology somehow from Ugg and Lee. And maybe with the departure of Charlie, they had to, have someone watch out for the Earth. Okay, so I'm not really revealing anything yet. But this points to where I'm headed with this. Now, the characters of Ugg and Lee were a shapeshifter race of creatures, for people who don't remember, for the first movie. And they started to watch images of a rock and roll performer, right, from the 80s on MTV or something. And then they transformed to match the appearance of that rock and roll performer. So, again, we've seen this happen. It's in universe, and I think it's happened again. The character of Aunt Dee looks very familiar to us, but not because the actress is the same actress.
Oh, no, they wouldn't do a thing like that,
No. You wouldn't have an actress play two different characters in the same universe. That would be just shitting on the...
yeah, it'd be almost like you didn't care.
Yeah, but almost.
And you tried a few member berries because did everybody else read the script and go, no?
Yeah. Almost like that, but not like that. Even the nephew. So the nephew looks at her, and he's got this look that he knows what she's about to do. So he goes, okay, and he's looking at her, and then he says, have fun with your friends. So he knows that she's gone out on missions before. He sees her with the giant gun. She's playing off like he doesn't know, but he definitely knows what's going on. So I look for a book, how to tell if there are signs that your aunt is an alien bounty hunter. And as it turns out, it was tough to find, so I had to write the book myself. So that's the book. 101 signs.
That'll be published soon.
101 signs that your aunt is an alien bounty hunter. And it was tough to find more than one, but there's 101 in that book. So later on, when we see Bianca, aka Gizmo from Gremlins.
We'll talk about that because, oh my God.
Yeah. But when Aunt Dee approaches her, this conversation was very interesting. It gives us another clue. She says after she's saved by Bianca, you traveled all this way to keep the male Krites from taking over the Earth, didn't you?
Where was you then? The first 3 movies.
Yeah, well, that too. But notice the phrasing, very important. I like to latch onto these little details. Not from saving us or saving Earth. You came here to save from preventing the Krites from taking over the Earth, as if she's not really a part of it, right? It's no human being says taking over the Earth. A peaceful leader. That's another odd thing. She just met the creature. How does she know that she's a peaceful leader? All she knows is that she's the queen, or that she's a female Krayt.
Written by morons.
Well, that's Colin's sane theory and accurate theory. But Chris's crazy theory says she knows about leading a race of aliens. She could recognize a peaceful leader because she's been in space and she's seen other alien species to reference this. So Aunt Dee is more than just a human bounty hunter. This is not Charlie. This is a different situation. Notice when the character, the Krayt behind her, tries to attack her and Bianca shoots a needle at her, she dodges with superhuman speed. So we got superhuman strength from before.
Didn't move that fast. Everything was moving like quarter speed in this movie.
For her age, it was superhuman speed and superhuman strength.
In fairness, yeah, I see myself moving lately, and it's like maybe I should shut up.
It takes me 17 hours to take my socks off. So this is superhuman speed, I tell you. Later on, she says, "Hey guys, I'm Aunt Dee." And then Dre catches her. Whose aunt are you exactly? What's her answer? It's all made up. She is not Aunt Dee. She is not even a human. A bounty hunter looking for the queen, sure, but she's more than just a human. She, just like in the original movie, how Ugg took the image of the rock and roll hunter, she took the image of this poor housewife that was in the original Critters movie. She took her image, she created it herself. That was the original, and this is the new one. Aunt Dee is the D in Aunt Dee stands for disguise. That lady's a freaking shapeshifter. I don't know why I'm so angry. But
I was a bit angry. I was like,
I'm sorry. I'm having a rough year.
But the movie will tell you. So
No.
this is 100% true. Because the movie can't contradict this because it's no fucking plot.
Exactly. I dare anyone from the movie to come on and tell me I'm not right.
Yeah,
and if
exactly.
you don't come on,
movie that explains it.
and if you don't come on the podcast, then that means I am right.
There you go, folks.
It's a theory. It's a Chris. It's a theory. Chrissy Chris. Chrissy Chris. Chris's crazy theory.
That was hard work. I saw you struggling there. I appreciate your efforts.
You got it, buddy.
My God, trying to find something sensible in this thing, the monstrosity of a movie is, yeah, fair play to you.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, pal.
'Cause-
But it is a pet peeve to have an actress in a franchise play two different characters. That's just shitting on the audience, because like you're trying to buy into the
yeah,
suspended reality that this is a real place, a real situation, and then you see someone you recognize, but it's not the same person. So I tried to give it a reason, but without that reason, it's really just Aunt
just
D.
there, she's a bounty hunter, and that's it, and reasons,
Why not just say she's the same person?
and it's basically that. Oh, Gwen, these are the last two cried eggs on Earth. You need to pop them in here.
Yeah.
No reason. No reason for bounty hunters to come back then.
Right. Yeah. How did she get all the equipment? Like, I mean, I get you don't have to, tell the
Well,
audience.
Charlie built his at least. At least he
Yeah.
went and did his apprenticeship.
Right. You don't have to tell the audience every little detail. I tend to want more
But you
information.
kind of
than most
do
people.
when they do this. You
But
kind
they
of need
didn't-
to tell them something.
Something. This gave us absolutely nothing on any of these major plot points.
But
These
we
are
got-
not minutia. This is major.
yeah.
Yeah.
But instead, what did we get? We got Drea just pouting the whole way through this movie.
Yes. Yep. Because of the
That's
college.
just
Yeah.
pout. And then Uncle Idiot, Uncle Leroy, like, what? What?
Yeah. I mean, we do get a little bit of a reveal later on that he's kind of a dick because he's just mad at himself and he's drinking a lot.
But hold on. You're mad at yourself because you're drinking, or her mother went to pick her up, got killed.
Right.
So would you instead go, I know, I'm going to be, if I'm taking these kids on, I'm going to do the best possible? No. I love the way the plot decides he's drinking. Like, there's no reason. It's just, like, he serves no purpose in this.
Yeah. I guess it was just to try to find one death that was like meaningful because they weren't going to kill any of the kids. The two kids they were babysitting for survived.
Mhm.
She survived. Her brother survived. That's a lot of surviving for this type of a movie.
Yeah.
So I guess they
Even
felt like
Mandy survived.
even Mandy survived. The annoying person that doesn't survive any of these types of movies.
I didn't even think, I just thought the script was that contrived that she wasn't even annoying. I felt for the actress. I actually
Yeah.
felt bad for the actress having to play that role because you could just tell what is this?
Yeah.
Every actor in this is just going, what am I doing? I have to be like this? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
Yeah. And the shame of it is some of the things that were wasted. The critters looked great. They did not do CGI. They did practical effects. Were they
Even them
goofy?
biting, when they were jumping and biting and stuff, and it looked great.
Yes,
That
I
was one of the
agree.
hokey things, in the older movies, because it was obvious they were stuck on, but these looked as if they were proper getting a munch
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah, and some of the deaths, like the first guy who's delivering sushi, and then what do you call it? The park rangers, the deaths of the
Mhm.
park rangers. Those look great. I mean, after the fact, like the way they're eating, I was like, wow, this is like pretty good for a cheesy movie like this.
Mhm.
But that's wasted because they didn't put any thought into any kind of plot to give you
Things that don't cost money, they didn't bother
Yeah.
with.
right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't cost money to have vision or imagination. Or to put
Yeah.
creative. I mean, that's talent. That's something you can't buy. You can hire it, you can employ it, but you don't buy talent. You either have it or you don't, or you can cultivate it, or you work towards getting better at it. But
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
No, like I said, I'm trying to speculate that they just needed to throw something out there in a hurry, but it's a shame because there's a lot of writers out there that would love to have a shot to write a movie, especially lately, because I feel like now there's not as many things getting made. It's getting tougher and tougher to get things done. even though there's so many streaming services, like the costs have gone so high, people aren't going into the theater as much. I just feel like it's getting tougher to make things. So it's a shame when they waste an opportunity like this.
Yeah, and just needed people that cared. That's all. That's all that's needed was people actually give a shit about the franchise
Yeah,
and just make an effort. Like not even the franchise. People that give a shit about telling stories or making a movie because this almost feels like it's a tax loss or something, or like you said, just a rights grab, to keep
right.
hold the rights. But at the same time, why bother?
Yeah,
If this is what you're gonna make, don't. And it just
yeah.
reminds me of Hellraiser franchise all over again.
They did that too.
Hellraiser, yeah, 5 to 11 was just marred in this crap because they stopped caring. They're only doing it for, you know, corporate shenanigan reasons, not actually caring about the franchise. And you're just like,
See,
no.
if I was a studio owner or whoever owned the rights to Critters, what I would do is I would take it and I would find one of these small production studios like Acrostar or Seventh Street. Is that Seventh Street
Mhm.
Productions? And say, look, I'm giving this to you because I'll be honest, we're not going to put a lot of money into this, but I know that someone like your group is going to actually care and we'll support you here or there. But again, we're not going to put a ton of money into this. I just don't want it to be rushed. I want you guys to do like a good job. And I know that you'll put the time and care into it. And also you're good at working with smaller budget and smaller time frames. That's what they need to do. They need to reach out to these smaller production studios and say, here, I give it to you. Or give our baby to you. Do something with it.
That's why I believe in the complete decentralization of the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Hollywood needs to go, and it just needs to be broken up completely. Because
Yeah.
this just reeks of studio. It's like a civil service or something. You know what I mean? No, everyone's there just to go through the motions. Nobody's actually any passion whatsoever. That's what this
Yeah.
reeks of, and I was stinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even angry. I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
That's just a question I've had this whole movie. Why did you make this? Why did you do this? The this whole weird obsession with the university. I know it was a contrived thing to bring the plot together or something, so they'd go there, but
Right.
they've already got the angle with the babysitting thing.
Yeah, so the little bit of plot they gave us is that the character of Dre is desperate to go to this college because her mom, who passed away just 2 years earlier in a car crash, went to that college. Even that didn't really make sense because apparently she left the college when she got pregnant with Dre. So it's not even that she
Just
had
didn't
this.
even give her an inspired story. Like they just made it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck off.
So it's not even like she had this long, history with the college. She was only there for a year.
Dropped out. So that's hardly.
Yeah.
That's probably why there is. Oh right. Well, your mum did this. So what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
If her mother had went on and graduated and actually, like, say, produce a really great thesis that
Yeah.
inspired a professor, blah 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 blah, and then was tragically her life was cut short, that would make more sense.
Right. Right.
But this whole once again, it just felt like filler. And then, oh my god, the Leroy fight song. Is that what you idiots do over there?
I don't know.
That is Dumb Yankistan. That is you honestly, you just need to have a word with yourself. Is that the way? I know your universities are bad. Like that was the thing. Every time crazy American students did stuff, we just used to laugh. Because it's just like, what
I
is
can guarantee you we are not singing fight songs. At least not the one I went to. Yeah, that was very cringeworthy.
That was
yeah.
What was that? High School Musical type stuff, that was
Yeah.
just, but it was bad. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
even like.
Now, my experience is once you get to college, like all that kind of like homecoming dance and like let's have a party and let's do something for the school goes out the window. Like everyone is there for themselves just to get their degree and get out and start their real lives. high school, yeah, there is a lot of camaraderie and stuff like that because you're growing up with the same people through elementary school and but once you get to college, my
That's the
experience is
thing.
like no one.
You don't make friends with the people in your class. You join a
Right.
club or society, and that's where you make friends.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah.
people in your class are just there, and you turn up, and that's it. And
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
you
But I
spend
did
first
like.
year getting drunk, and then you start doing the work. You know what I mean? That's
Of course, it goes without
but
saying.
this was just awful.
But the college did give us one good thing, and that was the character of Greg.
He was class, honestly. Now he gave a shit. He was like, "I'd just go for it."
Absolutely. He's like, you're gonna give me this role of like the dumb boyfriend. I'm gonna go for it, and he went for it.
And yep, he just Flea and I were covering Zone 100. He just reminds me of Suzuka, the guy that's always getting naked at the superpower. But yeah,
that's awesome.
He was the only one enjoying himself in this.
I love it. He just ripped his shirt off for no reason and starts running like this. And then as the giant ball of critters is chasing him.
That was an insult.
Well, the ball itself was not as cool. Yeah.
That was an insult to the epicness of Critters 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that was a cracking reveal, and that was never used again because that was awesome. And this just went, nah.
Yeah.
There's shit all over it. That was that was insulting.
Yeah, that's true. But Greg did the classic mistake of running in a straight line when there's something big and faster than you running at you. Not serpentine or anything. That was great though. That was a fun part. There was one or two fun kills. The sushi owner was fun, where he's like best knives in the business or something.
What
like
a waste of a character again, Chef.
Great. Yeah, he was great.
What another waste of it. Right, this could have easily been like a Big Trouble in Little China thing. Chef, Philip, and Gregory, and don't have anybody else in the cast. Just have those three working together. This would have been cracking. The weird, whatever that was between Drea and Mandy, that felt so forced.
And it didn't even like stay consistent. Like at certain points, they're
Her
like
character wasn't consistent. Her character changed from scene to scene. Mandy's like Dre was just surprised a lot, you know, the whole movie, but Mandy was like schizophrenic, like a different personality took over every scene she was in.
Yeah. There were certain like parts where they were actually like good friends that felt bad that they lost touch. And then like the next scene, they're like angry at each other and it goes back and forth.
And then she went to be the mean girl bitch. And then she's like, like different personalities. It's weird.
Yeah, that was another weird one. And there was many. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then this other strange thing now that these krites can't deal with loud noises.
Yeah, where has that been? I started second guessing myself. I was like, was that in the third one with the hotel? I was like, no, not.
I think they accidentally watched Mars Attacks instead of like the Critters shows
when they were doing their research, right? Yeah.
And took a list of substances and then just thought that was it and then wrote this. No, if they took a list of the substances, that went, the script would have been more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine if it was, you know, mentioned in a previous movie. Like, it's a fun little aspect or way to kill these things, but to just invent it when you've already, you know, been shitting on the entire lore up to this point, it's just like another kick in the crotch.
But a police siren will blow them up, but bagpipes don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's another character that bothered me. Why does every guy in this have to be like such a what's the word? A simp? You know, like
because it's 2019 and it's the girl boss trope.
Like all the guys are just pining for the girls. They can't make any decisions for themselves, and
once again, this is funny enough, Dale and I just finished season 1 of Wolf Creek, the series, and that was the same with that main character. Like she was snarky and pouty and stuff, and then every bloke was just falling over to help her, and every character was just falling over to help her, and she had no personality. And this is just the same. It only happens because the plot needs it to,
Yeah,
not because you see any charisma or anything endearing about the
yeah.
character.
If it went the other way, I would be equally upset. If all the girl characters couldn't do anything and they were just like falling all over the guy, I'd be like, well, what's her character doing
Well,
then? But
that's one thing. We've had maybe the 1 or 2 issues with the 4 Critters movies that happened at this point, but each
yeah,
one had endearing characters. You could understand, like Charlie Mullins, you could understand people helping him out and getting on board because when he goes heroic, until they decide that they're going to mess with him again, you could see people getting behind him.
yeah,
This was sort of character arc. Same as the other ones, you could kind of see it. The sort of 2D characters that needed just to get killed because of the plot. That's fair enough, but there weren't too many of those.
the daughter in the third one in the hotel
Hmm.
was great. Her dad did nothing and then ended up getting hit by the needle anyway. The daughter did most of the work. She was great. Yeah. This one just didn't do it.
This, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So that weird thing, but the worst bit in this movie was just prior to the death scene of Uncle Leroy.
Oh, when he's
They're inside, and you hear the most unconvincing, like canned laughter, but canned car crash.
yes.
I have done better in the narrated fiction pieces because I would learn a couple of sound effects, if I want a certain thing, I would learn things and mess about. This was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was terrible. It was like a 10-year-old did their first sound effect.
Someone
And then
was
the sound
having
of the crash when they go out, the things just went poof. Like, it doesn't make sense.
yeah. Someone was having fun in the Folio studio that day.
At least
right?
somebody was having fun because
Yeah.
somebody, you know what I mean? Anything to get your day past.
Yeah.
This really does. Like, even that alone makes you think nobody gives a shit. Why even bother them with the critters, the Krites outfit? Or make them look the way they did? Unless that was a fan. Did they buy them off a fan who actually liked the series and they were going to use them for something else and then they got them for the movie?
Right.
I don't think the same people made the Krites puppets because they're too good for this movie.
They actually looked great. Yeah. And Bianca was a fun, story beat, even though it doesn't make sense with the lore.
But once again, the thing spent most of his time in a bag.
Yeah.
Going,
But that was a fun reveal when it had the claws out like Wolverine.
And also, did everybody forget that the Krites can speak and have their own language?
Yes, that's another thing that bothered me. Yes. It's why this felt like a different species or something.
No discussion, no, right, I'm here to, right, you need to stop, blah, blah, blah. No.
Yeah.
And we get no clue as an audience as what the hell's going on here because they don't bother.
They don't give us anything. I was thinking like maybe there was some sort of like experiments going on because there were no eggs left. So maybe they were trying to like do like a Jurassic Park and recreate the species, and then they made like
that would have made more sense than the
something,
secret
right?
bookshelf lure scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, the escape from a lab. Yeah, they'd actually caught some of the DNA and recombined it or something and created these. Right. Yeah, that would make sense.
Just give us something. Even a line of dialogue if you don't want to film anything because you're cheap as hell. Just like, after the last eggs disappeared, the Federation or whatever science group tried to recreate the Krites. They did so with disastrous results as they escaped the lab. That's it. You're off and running.
And then the Queen Krite realized that they'd made an abomination of, they weren't her things, but In fact, I don't even know. Don't even have Bianca. I don't know what the Bianca thing was about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to go girl boss. Yeah, we need no man. Is that what it was?
Nice.
That's
Girl
what it
boss.
felt like. And they
Yeah.
didn't even have if it had been like a feminist movie with conviction, I might have got something from it, but it wasn't even. It was like, we have to say these words because it's 2019. Let's say these words with absolutely no conviction in the most robotic tones possible.
Yeah.
And what the hell happened
Yeah.
to Dee Williams? Like, she was good in the as Helen.
That's what I mean. Just
And
leave
this
her as
is just
Helen.
absolutely just robotic.
Yeah. Wow, because
And
she's an
no,
alien.
but it's the shapeshifters had personality. The bounty hunters had personality. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Even
in the
Lee,
first one,
who didn't
yeah.
speak, had
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
Even just doing the different males and stuff, and they can't find a face that fits. That was still more personality than this,
Right.
and subtle little expressions. This is just that.
Yeah.
And then this bit where Dee comes to save them, and then they're going to fight Dee.
Yeah, what was that about? Yeah. It's not like the critters have been known to like take over humans or anything. So why are they see a human walking? Why are they like, oh, let's get ready to fight
Let's
her?
fight the human with the gun with our
Yeah.
things. Just say
With
once
our-
again. Let's just say the words that make no sense, and then
No, it was terrible. And then you get to the ending and it's like, okay, at least there's a chance for a little bit of fun or a little bit of closure or set something up for the future. And literally we got one line where Philip, who hasn't said anything in about 40 minutes, says, I told you they were aliens. Okay. Okay.
And then the point that the ball thing is running towards them, shoot, and the screen just goes black. That's it. But you're like,
That's it.
What?
Yeah. That's it. What the hell?
This movie hates us. This is somebody who was, I don't know, with a beaten with a Crate toy as a kid. Did somebody insert a Crate? I don't know if they even exist, but a Crate Funko Pop in the wrong place and violated them with it. You know what I mean?
That's violated.
That's the only thing I can think of. The hate, because
Yeah.
this is a hatred for the franchise. That's the only reason to make this. Did Dee Williams have a really bad time on set, so she came back to play this character for a revenge? Because
the shame of it is that there was such a gap between Critters in Space and this one that if you were a big fan of the series, which I wouldn't put myself in that category.
No, they're enjoyable movies of their time. The first one will always have a close place in my heart because I watched it as a kid.
Oh yeah,
what I mean, that's it. But I'm not going gaga.
But to think you waited over 20 years for that is, I feel bad.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, at least we watched it in sequential order, so it wasn't as bad. But to think you waited 20 years and that's what they gave you is just frustrating. But I'm glad we did the series. I enjoyed the series overall. I think 3 is probably my favorite one. The one in the hotel. I thought that
the apartment block. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that had a lot of comedic value where they had the needles all of a sudden made you loopy. There was that part. Just getting trapped in the attic and just all the deaths that led up to that from the ground level up. Leonardo DiCaprio gave it some much needed, decent acting and star value, I guess.
Even Charlie coming back and being like
coming back,
just being completely focused.
That was the best one.
That was the best iteration of him, to be honest.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, there you go. That was the thing. Talk about a wet fart of a movie. In fact, even though a wet fart would be more exciting because you need to go whoop, and get some sort of reaction. This,
you have a way of.
There's more drama in a wet fart. There's a bit of suspense of did it follow right through? Did I catch it in time? You know what I mean? This is none of that.
I love your metaphors, man. You have a way with words. They all make sense to me.
Yeah,
I
there
know
you
exactly
go.
what he
This is
means.
more of a therapy session than a review, to be honest. It's a struggle to us, but we will be back with some fun because we're back with Ash versus Evil Dead.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
time for some happiness, and then we'll look at starting a few new franchises in the new year. But
Yeah, if you have any in particular you want us to look at, put in the comments. Email Colin. What's the email address?
the horrific podcast at gmail.com.
There it is. I was testing you. I know it, of course. I was just testing you. But yeah, let us know what you want us to take a look at for you.
There you go. Thanks very much for everyone for turning up. And just leaves me to say, until next time, keep up to date with the channel, do the type of clicky things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.